Hey there, traders. This is Trader Tim from eminimind.com doing a Monday trade recap video for the last day of the month, 30th of September 2019. And today we started off kind of right in the middle of Friday's range, opening up with a gap up, but inside of the range from Friday. And in the first, oh, 20 minutes or so, we did trend upwards. So we had the gap up, but remembering the context of, okay, a gap up, that's great, but where are we in relation to, you know, the prior day and even the prior week? You could see if I draw a little box around this area, I mean, a lot of overlap in the last 3 or 4 days of trading. So I went ahead and took the long off of the first halfway back. So this low to high from the day, pulled back, traded really nicely. I drew the opposing short like so, and it broke the 61.8. There wasn't really a swing high for us to break, but I did take the 74.50, and then that went maybe a point in my favor before turning around and taking me out and then retesting this 50% again. Um, and so at that point, whoops, at that point, just kind of sat back. I don't go for a retest. A lot of the times you'll see those fail. So stopped out on the first push up, and then when we broke highs of the morning, it was about 15 minutes later, we immediately sold off, like point and a half or so, fell back, and so then I thought, well, okay, we're in this range, we're within yesterday's range as well, or Friday's range. So let me see if, because we didn't break highs and immediately shoot up, let's see if a short works out. And it kind of lined up with the top of the first 30-minute range, and that was pretty quick as well. We kind of popped up, immediately sold off, and I was watching for that, like back here. I'm saying, okay, if we come up to highs of the day and just peak above and then fall back down, okay, that shows me that there's sellers sort of waiting to short, waiting to fade it. And so taking the short at 76s, actually ended up being a 76 and a quarter just because it moved so quickly. Took me back down to the halfway back long down here. And that was good for about 3 points. And then we went into that just big old mess in here. When we get to the point where we're in the middle of the range like this, I try to stay out as best I can. Early in the day, in the first half hour, we could see a trend developing, sort of like this. And, it was poised for maybe a breakout. You never really know. And so you just have to go with what you see at the time. And so over here, let's say the day looks like this, I'm okay taking a trade sort of in the middle of the range early because we really haven't established a range. Yes, we're within the first 30-minute high and low, but that's because we're in the first 30 minutes. And so I'm looking for trends to develop early in the day, and when they don't, when we peak above and fail, like we did here, switching gears, going for a short, expecting us to go all the way to the bottom of the range is where we typically would shoot for. And then if we end up back in the middle of the range, you got to stay out of that mess until we either make a new high or a new low. And we stayed there for the next hour and a half or so, and then I closed down for the day. So not super exciting, but a common scenario where the day starts in one direction and then we kind of go from a trending environment to a range bound environment. If you use the context from the prior couple of days, that can help you kind of get a sense of, okay, do I want to be going with this trend or maybe looking to fade the trend? So tomorrow morning we're doing a live trading session again as usual, Tuesday morning. You can check that out, emoneymind.com/VIP. I hope everyone has a great week. Questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll get to them later on. Thanks. Have a good one.